Praise the Lord. This is Dr. C. Dexter Wise III with another video version of Every Day with Dr. Wise, where you get a mighty message in about 3 minutes or less. We're in a series called Trick or Trick, where we're talking about the tricks of the devil based on Genesis chapter 3. Here's another trick. When the devil comes upon you, he tries to trick you in this way. He speaks your language. He speaks your language. Now, remember we talked about the serpent before and how it was strange that the serpent was talking. It's not only strange that the serpent was talking, it's strange that the serpent was talking a language that Eve understood. Okay, in the rest of Genesis leading up to this point, how many animals are talking English? Or how many animals are talking the same language that human beings are talking? Birds are talking birds, and cat are talking cats, and dogs are talking dogs, whatever that is, but you never hear of any animal speaking the language of human beings other than human beings. In fact, that's why God had to make Eve in the first place, because Adam didn't have anybody to talk to. But now here's an animal, a serpent of all animals, talking. And that's one of the tricks of the devil. He will speak your language. He will talk to you in a language that you understand, especially when you think, nobody understands me. Well, I understand you, says the devil, and he speaks your language. Not only does he speak your language, but he speaks out loud what you're thinking in your mind. You can't tell me that Eve hadn't thought, maybe it is something to this fruit. I know God said we shouldn't eat it, but maybe I should eat. Maybe I won't die if he said. So she was thinking that, and he spoke out loud what she was already thinking. And then when he speaks your language, he makes silliness make sense. He makes silliness make sense. God said that if you eat of this tree, you're going to die. And dying is not a good thing, even though she may not have really known what dying was because she never experienced it. But that's silly. It's silly for you to believe the devil over God, and yet he made it make sense. I don't know how many people who perhaps are looking at me right now that say they'll raise their hands. I'm one of those people who the devil made silliness make sense, and that's how I got in the predicament that I'm in right now. He speaks your language. He's a master at talking to you and saying to you what you want to be said to you to get you into his hooks and get you into his law. So just because he's speaking your language doesn't mean he's not godly or that he is godly. He is a master of speaking your language. When you hear serpents talking, that's one thing. When the serpent is speaking your language, that's another thing. And whatever you do, don't fall for that trick. Trust God.